Hi everyone, my name's Leah, welcome back to Property Couple. Today I'm going to talk about the Help to Buy ISA, which actually ended on 30th of November 2019. But if you have got one, and we're filming this in 2020, then you can still use it until the deadline of the 1st of December 2030. Sounds really weird saying that. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about how you can use it, what bonus you can get, and the rules of it, in case you've got one and you're like, how do I even use this money? Let's just go through it in this video. If you're interested in the Help to Buy equity loan from the government, then check out the other video I've made on that. I'll link it up in the cards and in the description so you can watch that, because this video is purely about the ISA. Firstly, is it too late to get an ISA? Yes, it is. It's now the 12th of July 2020. The Help to Buy ISA deadline has passed. So if you're looking to open one up, you might want to check out another video that I've made all about lifetime ISAs. So you could put your money into one of those. Again, I'll link that up in the cards and the description. But this video is not for you if you haven't got one. So the Help to Buy ISA is a tax-free saving account created in order to help first-time buyers save up for a deposit for their first home. The way it works is that if you're looking to buy a home up to the value of £250,000 or £450,000 if you're buying in London, then the government would top up whatever you have saved into that account by a 25% bonus, with a maximum of £3,000. So potentially £3,000 in like free money you could have access to, or you can still have access to if you've got one of these accounts open by the time you come around to putting down your deposit. There's a couple of rules that you should probably know about, because you can't just dump a load of money into that account and then leverage that to say like, give me my £3 for free. It doesn't work like that. So we're gonna go through all of the rules in this video and what it means for you when buying your first home. Let's get going. Okay, so when you opened your Help to Buy ISA, if you're someone who's already got one, you might have done the maximum initial transfer of £1,200 in the first month. And then you may notice that it will say on your online banking everywhere that the maximum monthly transfer you can make into that ISA is £200. So after the first month, you can only put in £200. So in a year, the maximum you could save is £2,400. The maximum amount of money you can get for free is £3,000. That means that the max you could ever have in the account is £12,000, because 25% of 12,000 is 25% of 12,000 is £3,000. If you and your partner both have a Help to Buy ISA, you need to remember that you both need to be first-time buyers. So if you're a first-time buyer but your partner is not, or vice versa, you cannot both be using the Help to Buy ISA, because the Help to Buy ISA only applies to people who are buying their first property. So yeah, sorry about that. However, you can lump your money together and be eligible for the Help to Buy equity loan, which I've made a video on and referred to quite a few times in this video. But yeah, you cannot use the ISA money together, but you can use the equity loan scheme. So do check that out. That is available to you too if one of you already owns property, but the other one doesn't. So you can only have one Help to Buy ISA in your name at a time, but your partner, if you're buying with somebody else, could have a Help to Buy ISA, and combined you could probably get, well, you could get up to £600,000.
What am I talking about? I meant 6,000, not 600,000. Sorry, just had to clear that up. I don't know how 600,000 came out of my mouth. You could get up to 6,000 combined,
which is quite a hefty amount really, considering that you could then also apply for a Help to Buy equity loan, which could give you 20% or up to 40% if you're buying in London. So then your 5% could be made up of all of the money in your Help to Buy ISA. So it's quite smart really if you capitalise on all the things available to you, should you know about them. So check out my other video on Help to Buy equity loans, which is where you'd get the rest of your deposit from if you're going down that route. The Help to Buy ISA is very different to the Help to Buy equity loan. Firstly, you don't have to buy a brand new property with the Help to Buy ISA. It can be used on any house. any property. Obviously, it does have to be your first home, your first purchase. You can't be an investor and use this service. But what you can do is not buy a new build like what you would have to in the Help to Buy equity loan. So unless you're combining the two schemes, you don't have to look for a new build. One thing that's worth mentioning is that if you have got less than 1,600 in the account, by the time you come to cashing it in with the government help, you won't be eligible for the 25% top up, because it just says here, you do not qualify for the government bonus if you've saved less than 1,600 before you close the account. Also worth knowing that you can close your Help to Buy ISA whenever you want without any penalty, but it's worth remembering that if you do close the account, you aren't going to be eligible for the extra top up from the government. And if you do ever dip into that money and move it to your other accounts, then it's just going to take you longer to save it again in order to receive the maximum bonus of the £3,000 from the government. So there's a lot of incentives to leave the money in that account, but I can see why a lot of people do end up dipping into that account, because although it's like a saving account for a deposit, you're just like, oh, that's just money that I have available to me. You kind of have to like section off that money and be like, I'm not going to touch this. Is my Help to Buy money. Let me just leave it there so that I can get the maximum amount out at the end. If you withdraw £1,000 from your Help to Buy ISA, you can't just quickly transfer the £1,000 back when you get it. You have to remember that you can only transfer £200 at a time. So that can be quite annoying because it slows down how fast you can get to the maximum limit. Next thing, the government will pay the 25% bonus when you're at the moment of buying your first home. So when you're due to exchange on that property, you will need to provide some proof that you're going ahead with this, that you're not just like, hey, look, I saved all this money, give me £3,000 for free. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, just remember that you can't try and do over the system. It's not gonna work. And you shouldn't do that. I did say earlier that the maximum you can save is 2,400 a year, but we need to remember back to the very first year that you did open the account, the maximum you could have saved would have been 3,400 because of that initial transfer of 1,200. So I just want to mention that in case you're like, hang on, I saved more than that, you're wrong. Now, it's worth being smart about how you're going to save this money. So if you've got £12,000 in the account and you know you're going to get the £3,000 bonus, why would you save any more than £12,000 in this Help to Buy ISA? Because the maximum you're ever going to get is £3,000. So if you're someone who's already got the 12,000 saved, it is now time to start putting money into a lifetime ISA towards the same deposit. And do remember that you have to use this money, you have to claim it by buying your first property before December 2029, because this scheme will cut off in 2030. So you need to make the most of it whilst it's here. We've got like 10 years left, guys. And yes, you can open a lifetime ISA at the same time as having a Help to Buy ISA. That's absolutely fine. Another thing that's worth mentioning is that you don't have to get your mortgage from the same lender as where your Help to Buy ISA currently lives. So for example, I have a Help to Buy ISA with Lloyds. That doesn't mean I have to use Lloyds as my lender for getting a mortgage. I'm open to use any lender, and my Help to Buy money plus my government bonus will be all sorted out through my solicitor at the moment of exchange. As mentioned earlier, you won't actually see that bonus. It will be paid in one lump sum to your solicitor. Sometimes solicitors are called conveyancers, or when you're reading online, and a conveyancer, I'll just double check that. I just fact checked conveyancer definition, and it's a specialist lawyer or solicitor who specializes in the legal aspects of buying and selling real property or conveyancing. Yeah, if you ever see that and you're like, what's a conveyancer? What's the difference between a solicitor and a conveyancer? One specializes in this and one doesn't. So just to clear up any confusion around one person being a homeowner already and one person being a first-time buyer, one of my favorite websites, bankrate.com, has said this: You and your partner can each have a Help to Buy ISA if you are both first-time buyers. Yeah, we know that. This means you can effectively double the bonus you receive. Yeah. If one of you has already owned a home, that person cannot get a Help to Buy ISA, but the other one can. However, just because one of you can't get a Help to Buy ISA doesn't mean you both can't use the Help to Buy equity loan. As a couple, you're still buying your first home. It's always worth talking to a Help to Buy agent just to double check your situation and your circumstances. So go online and find out where your local Help to Buy agent is at, where you're at. Call them up and just ask all the questions, be really transparent about your situation, because it's just worth checking. I find all of this can be really confusing and overwhelming, and a lot of first-time buyers just don't know where they stand, and the whole thing just feels really daunting, so you don't even want to go near it. But ask the questions, find out what money is available to you, and make the most of it. That's what I think anyway. To the outro. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more property info and to follow my property journey if you're interested. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, happy buying, and see you soon. Bye!